wonderful class.
Hello, everybody. This is Georgiana and Meredith from Creativity for Kids, and today we are going to be doing our Plant and Grow Woodland Forest. So, Miss Meredith, take it away.
Thank you, Felicia, and thank you, Georgiana. And thank you, friends, for joining us today. I look forward to crafting with you. So as Georgiana said, we will be doing our Plant and Grow Woodland Forest, which you can find at your local Michael's store. And this is a wonderful kit because you actually get to plant your own grass and it grows right in front of your eyes and it creates this very beautiful little landscape for your little gnome that you get. So let's go ahead and open it up, see what's inside and get started. All right, so we have the actual little terrarium that you'll be using is in the shape of a mushroom. How cute is that? And you'll notice that it has holes up on top, and this is so light can come in and air can circulate. So we'll put that to the side for now. And in this little bag, what do we have here? We have cute little mushrooms to decorate your little terrarium. We have a sweet little snail who's smiling. And we have our handy dandy instructions. All of the sand, we have orange, blue sand, and then white stones. Those are all for growing, for setting up our grow area. And then our soil, these very fun little stickers. So you get a couple little gnomes, some of their little friends like the hedgehog and the bunny and a bee, gnome, sweet gnome. All right, so we'll put those to the side. Our seeds. These are our seeds that you'll be growing. The more stickers that actually go on the top of the mushroom to make it look more mushroomy. Our pipette, which is used for watering. And finally, our sweet little gnome. Hello. His little side-face smile. Hi, cute little gnome. Our little gnome is holding a bird. How adorable. Okay, so let's put all of that to the side and get started with what we're doing here. So it says, this enchanted terrarium includes everything you need to decorate, plant, and grow. Just add water. The quick grow chia seeds will sprout in as little as 3 to 5 days. All right, so we're going to cover our work area and have a cup of water and paper towels handy. So let's do that. Move all this stuff out of the way. Here's my paper towel. And I do have water over here to the side, which I'll put it right here for now, so you guys can see it. All right, so layer, open your bag of potting mix. Add a little bit of water at a time and squish the bag until the mix clumps together like clay. If the potting mix is too wet, lay a dry paper towel over it to soak it up. And if it's not wet enough, you might have to just add some more water. So let's do this. Here's our potting mix. Now it is in a fully sealed bag as well as the resealable bag. So you just take it out of the resealable bag and cut open your fully sealed bag. And we're going to add some water. Now I am going to use, I do recommend doing this over a sink or an area that will catch the water. But I'm going to just go ahead and pour it in. And it says do a little at a time. So we'll just start like that. And you kind of hold the part that you cut open, hold it closed so nothing comes out while you're squishing. And so you're squishing it to make sure all of the dry potting mix gets nice and wet. And we don't want it dripping wet. We just want it wet enough to clump together like it said in the instructions, kind of like clay. So squish, squish. Now you can see down here, it's still loose. It's not as dark as the soil up here, and B, it is just not sticking together yet. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. And why it's important to get a nice consistency of the soil is because this is your base. This is what we're building everything else up onto. So I just added a little more water. And squish, squish, squish. Try to get it all about the same wetness. And I think we are pretty much there. Okay, so now it says using a spoon, add about 3/4 of your potting mix to cover the bottom of the container as shown. And I'll show you the picture from the instructions. There you go. So right up here, you can see the layer of potting mix is on the bottom. So that's how much potting mix we're going to put. So I'm going to cut it open a little bit more. And I'm actually with my hands going to hold about the bottom third of the potting mix so that doesn't come out. And in the instructions, it says you can use a spoon, and you definitely can, but I'm just doing it this way because I did not bring a spoon with me. And I think this will work just fine too. All right, so I have this much left here. And then in here, you can kind of see how much is in the bottom. Now we want to spread it around the bottom so the entire bottom, there you go, you can see. So the entire bottom is covered with the potting mix. So if you don't have enough in there, like I think I would like to add a little bit more. You just take some more and put it in. Like that. And this is why it's good to cover your workspace with paper towels so that potting mix is caught on the paper towels and not on your table. Okay. Push, push, push. Down, down, down. There we go, creating a nice little base. And I do have another paper towel to wipe off my hands. All right, next thing is our sand. So we'll put our water and our soil over to the side for a second and open up our sand. So in the instructions, you can see, and I'll show you here, we have our layer of potting mix, and then we have a layer of orange sand and a layer of blue sand. So you can layer the sand either way. You can do blue and then orange, or orange and then blue, whatever you would like. And again, this sand came in a resealable bag, so if you don't use it all, you can put it back in the resealable bag and it won't get all over the place. So I'm going to do blue first. And you might not have any left over. It might just take the entire thing of sand. There you go. I think it does. I think it just takes the entire thing of sand. So you can see, and I'm going to shift it around a little bit just so it is more even. And in with the orange sand too. And There we go.
He looks like he was watching his son get built.
Second, that's where I'm gonna live. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, we'll have to create little stairs for him to go up into his home. All right, so in with the orange, and I'm going all the way around. You could just turn your terrarium as you pour, and that would make it go all the way around too. And really what you're doing is you're getting that layered effect on the outside of the terrarium. So you can kind of concentrate your sand towards the outside, and you don't really have to pour it that much in the center. All right, and a little shifty shift. And I only do a little shifting because I don't want to completely mix these 3 layers. Just kind of like any type of sander that you may have done in the past. If you shake things, the layers become less like layers and more like a big mix of sherbet. All right, so next, we are going to add the white stones to the front of the terrarium. So you kind of have to decide which area of your terrarium you want to be the front. And this is where I want to be the front because I like seeing more blue and less potting soil. So this is going to be my front. And then back here is my back. So it says, add the white stones to the front of the terrarium and the remaining potting mix to the back. So white stones, potting mix. Now, this might be easier using a spoon to place this, but again, I'm going to just pour it in. And it's working pretty well. Yay! So this is great. This is nice because it gives our little Gnome friend a place to hang out while his garden grows behind him. And I'm just kind of flattening it out a little bit. And then the rest of our potting mix, this goes, I'm going to kind of put it all to the side of the bag and then plop it in. Plop. There we go. And there's some more in there. So keep plopping, plop, plop. Just like it said, it's very consistency of like clay. There we go. And then just shimmy it around with your fingers like that. And this is where we're going to put our seeds, our chia seeds to grow. So I'm wondering how many friends out there are crafting with me. Do you guys have this kit and are you guys following along, or have you gotten this kit before and you've already tried it? So if you want, go ahead and write in, and Georgiana will be able to tell me what you write. So again, if you are crafting with me, or if you've already done this kit or a terrarium kit, I'm so curious to know. And then I want to know how the results were. If you liked it, did it grow what you wanted to grow? Do we have any friends out there typing in, Georgiana?
Oh, we have Jadelyn again.
Yay!
Doing it with you.
Cool. Yay, Jadelyn. I hope I said your name right. All right, so we added our stones. We added our potting mix. Now it says sprinkle a few chia seeds over the potting mix and then use your dropper to water them. All right, so here's our seeds. And I already opened up the corner of them because I actually used them when I did this one, which I'll show you in a little bit. But so what I'm going to do is just pour some out in my palm so I don't pour out too many of them because they're so tiny and they kind of come out fast. So I'm pouring some out in my palm and then I'll just sprinkle them in. And when I first started doing terrarium kits like this, I didn't realize it, but there is a limit of how many chia seeds or how many grass seeds you can put in at a time. Because if you pour the whole thing in, or you put too many in, the seeds kind of compete with each other, and then they don't really grow very well. They kind of get too crowded. So you don't want to pour the whole thing in. You just want to pour in like a little palm full. And then you'll have plenty left over to replant again if you would like to grow some more chia. So we'll put those to the side and back with our water now, because what I had read is we want to water our chia seeds with our little pipette. So if you've never used a pipette, this is how you do it. This is called the bulb. So you squeeze the bulb, you put the tip in the water, and you let go of the bulb so it sucks the water up. So now I have water in my pipette, and then you just squeeze the bulb again and the water squirts out. So very scientific, very fancy. So that is how you use a pipette. And you want to just water all of your seeds, make sure that you get water over the top of all of them that you've put in your soil to give them a nice drink. And make sure that none of them go thirsty, because the way seeds grow is with water and with light. So we are doing the first part right now with water. And I think I did about 6 or 7 squirts, and that should be good. So we'll put that to the side. All right, and we do have a note about watering. As your seeds start to grow, use your water dropper to keep the soil damp. Over time, you might see some fuzzy stuff, but that is natural. That's what happens sometimes when gardens grow. But you can just open up the top and get some air circulating in there, and you can like remove some of that fuzzy stuff and it'll be just fine. So that is our note about watering. All right, so now it's time to decorate. So you can decorate the outside of your mushroom with the colorful stickers that we have right here. And you can use our little gnome and his little smiley little snail, and then these cute little mushrooms to decorate the inside. And we're going to use these little white stickers on the top of the mushroom terrarium to make it, like I said, make it look more like a mushroom. So let's start. Now I'm going to decorate the outside first. So our little figurines that go on the inside will have to wait. So since I said this is the front of my mushroom terrarium, my little woodland forest terrarium, I'm going to put some mushrooms. Put those right there. And this is the door. So this is the little doorway to our little friendly gnome home. Already this is looking super cute. Of course we need a mailbox because, hey, how else is our gnome gonna get his mail from his little pen pals? There we go. So yeah, I think I'll just spin it and show you and keep adding. Okay, so this is our gnome's little friendly little gnome in pink holding a flower with a little heart on their hat. And oh, the little bunny rabbit wants to be by that little gnome. So we'll put the bunny rabbit there. Bunny rabbit will go in between. Hi, cutie. Okay, there we go. And we need some more flowers because flowers are really good for pollinators. And pollinators are like bees and butterflies, and they pollinate flowers and stuff and make our world go. I think we do need a window. So the window will go up here. Here. Window. And then this is like the very back. So the very back has the soil, and this is where all of the chia seeds are going to grow. So wouldn't it be fun to like look through the chia seeds and see this cute little gnome playing a song? Like, hello, I play the guitar. Would you like to hang out with me? Yes. And then here is our ladybug and our little snail. Ladybug friend. Our bumblebee friend, which again is a little pollinator, making the world a happy place. And he's just flying right from the flower over to visit our little gnome friend. Boop. And we are almost at the front again, so we only have this much space left. So let's make it work. Okay, yep, we need a rock. Rocks are natural. Rocks can also act as nice little sitting areas for people. Like when you're hiking and you need a little break. Oh, another flower. Stop. That flower is going to be right here. And then I need something right in here. Snail. Yep, snail it is. Snailing it up. Ooh. Yay! And we are totally decorated. Okay, at least on the outside of the base, we're totally decorated. Now we're going to decorate. Oh, and I do have some stickers left, so you can hold on to these and decorate other things if you want. So, for our top, similar to here, some varieties of mushrooms have like organic dots, and that's what we have for these stickers. So we're just going to randomly place these on the top of our mushroom. And just push them down so they stay. I don't know how many people out there have seen the Smurfs, but I do believe I've seen these types of mushrooms in the Smurf village. So they're very familiar with the red top, white spotted mushrooms. And I'm going to use all of these up. I really like stickers, actually. So sticking stickers is kind of meditative and very fun. So all of these are going to be used. Ta-da! Perfect. Easy as that. And one more thing to do. We have to put our little gnome. Hi. Oh, hello. The camera's on me. Hi. So snail. Okay, so our little gnome will have to go inside. So Gnome is going to be visible right here. And I'm kind of pushing down hard so he doesn't go anywhere. And then we're going to put, as you can see, the mushrooms, they have like a long stake to them. So you can push it down. You can push this down into the soil, like where you are growing your chia, like that. So I actually put those down into the soil. You can put them up in the rocks as well, because there's sand underneath. So the sand is going to keep those in place. And then our snaily poo will go right over here. And I'm also putting it in the soil because I feel like it is holding it better. And I'll show you. the overhead view. There. All right, so now the only thing we have to do is put the top on. So this screws on, there's like little threads, and you just righty-tighty it up. So what I mean by that is put the top on and then rotate it to the right. First, I have to start it. There we go. And it just screws right on, just like that. I see him smiling right there. It's so cute. All right, so we are all done. Now, like I said, I opened up the seeds and I used them before to do a little mock-up one to show you guys during our class. And you can see, ta-da, all of the chia right here that has grown. So this is side view. You can see through the side our little gnome in there. There he is behind the door. And from the back again, so you can see our chia. Oops, I just tilted it and our gnome fell down. Hold on 1 second. Gnome down. We'll get it back up. There you go, buddy. You can't take a nap during class, you silly goose. There you go. Okay, all better. All right, now let's double check the instructions that I didn't forget to tell you something, and I have a feeling I need to tell you something about light. So, I believe plant, okay, so we have in here plant just a few seeds at a time, which I did say. And I do believe just putting this up in a window will be good enough. You don't have to put it outside. So this is for like indoor gardening where you can just put your little terrarium up and let the chia grow. So I do want to mention we have a couple other little kits like this. Our terrarium kits are super fun because you can see something grow over time, and it's pretty amazing. It's magical and it's nature. So we love all of those things, and we hope you do too. Is there any questions before we end our class today?
Well, Miss Meredith, what would you name your little gnome friend?
What would I name my little gnome friend? The first name that comes to mind for some reason is Sandy.
Oh,
And maybe it's like, maybe this gnome actually traveled from the beach, or maybe I just have the beach on my mind. So how about you, Georgiana?
you know what? I made one of these a couple months ago, and I named mine Bert. He's Bert the gnome.
Bert the gnome hanging out. All right, we've got Sandy and Bert here with us today. And again, if you have followed along, or if you have gotten this kit or will be getting this kit, I would love to see your progress of your cute little mushroom terrarium, your woodland forest. And if you want, just have an adult or older friend take pictures of it, and you can put it up on our social media or maybe even at Michael's. So thank you, Michael's, for having us. And thank you, friends out there, for joining us. And I look forward to the next time. Bye-bye.